right, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Oops, I'm not in the center here on this shot, but that's all right. That's the way it goes. Let's see. We've got 29 folks in chat. That's good. And we've got 4 minutes, so that's good. Thank you, Mike. I was looking for somebody to say, hey, audio's good. Rich says sound and video great. Good. And if you hear somebody typing in the background, it's not really me. Let me mute this typer here for just a second. Mute that and mute that for just a second. Okay. We have got a roly-poly, very flexible. I mean, you can even tell. In fact, let's go to this shot right here because this is really more appropriate for today's show, which hasn't started yet. It's the absolute epitome of throwing it together at the last minute. In fact, you know, I'm back in my studio. I'm in my studio in 2 weeks, and thanks, Kiss to Giles for a wonderful job, he and Martin last week, in putting together the show and keeping us on the air. I'm looking over at my camera, and my camera is just, it faded off to the side. I don't dare fix it now. But we've got Ken and Jens are here on the call and are going to help us here in just a second. In fact, let me go ahead and bring those guys in. And let's see, where are they? Here they are. Everybody say hello to Jens and Ken, who very graciously agreed to come on and be guinea pigs at the last minute. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on board. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah.
Look, looks like Ken's frozen. All right, Ken, if you can hear me. Okay, let's check and see. Yeah, your call's breaking up. Let's see what you got. Yeah, you're in all red at the moment. We're getting 0 frames a second and a 400 millisecond delay on your shot. You may want to drop the call and call back and see if that doesn't clear up the connection a little bit. Ken is actually calling using his cell phone as the internet connection because he's got a corporate firewall. So we're going to drop Ken off for just a second. He's going to come back and yeah. Rich says Ken's doing the mannequin challenge. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. We haven't started the show yet. So if you're wondering what's going on, we're just kind of in the warm up phases. If you're watching us on Facebook, I want to welcome you to the stream. This is Streaming Idiots, and we're definitely idiots here. There's no doubt about that. But you hear me kind of responding to people, and these are people that are in our chat room. And unfortunately, we don't monitor the Facebook comments on the Facebook feed during the show. I'll look at them afterwards, but I won't look at them during the show. So come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com because that's where that's right there, easternshorebroadcasting.com. That's where the chat room is, and we'd love to have you come join the chat room and be a part of the show. I think that, you know, interacting with folks in the chat room is one of my favorite parts of the show. So come on over and be a part of it. You don't have to log in with your name. A lot of folks will put in, you know, I'm going to be guest 422 today because 422 has a particular meaning to that particular guest, or I'm going to be guest 911, something like that. So come on over and join us at easternshorebroadcasting.com for the show and to get in on the chat and meet some of the other guys too. Last time I checked, we were at 399 Facebook group members. We have our own group now, and that group is down there, way down at the bottom, facebook.com/groups/streaming idiots. Thanks to Yanel and the wife for setting this up some months ago. And we're up to, again, earlier today it was $3.99. So maybe if you haven't already joined and you'd like to become an official streaming idiot, you can do it by joining the Facebook group. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see if we've got Ken back on the call yet. Doesn't look like we do, does it, Jens? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here, but I don't know about Ken.
Yeah. We'll have to continue to monitor his situation. We're getting 0 frames a second. He's still connected, but he's just not sending any video to speak of or audio at this point. So he's going to do the mannequin challenge during the show, I guess. That's what it is.
Poor guy.
Let's see. Full screen on YouTube. That's correct. And if it doesn't work on my website, if you click the little YouTube icon down there in the bottom right corner, it'll take you to a YouTube page, and you can full screen it there, and then you can pop out the chat. There are instructions on the website as to how to pop out the chat. Mike says full screen code not activate. You know, it's funny because I haven't changed the code, but I noticed a couple of weeks ago it went back to that. So kind of okay. Ken's in the chat room saying, "Hang on." Well, we're hanging on. We're hanging on. Again, I want to welcome everybody to the show, whether you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube directly, or through our website, easternshorebroadcasting.com. We hope you'll come to easternshorebroadcasting.com and click the Watch Live tab. That way you get involved in the chat. We've got about 36 folks in chat right now, and then probably another 20 or so that are not in chat on Facebook, and on YouTube. So we'd welcome you to come on over. It's a good group for the most part. You got to look out for Tommy Willis, but other than that, they're pretty well behaved. Jens, am I right? I mean, don't you have to keep an eye out for Tommy?
Yeah. You're totally right. He's a funny man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to give Ken another minute or so. I know he's frantically trying to get I've been in those situations where like everything works right up until the time. And Frank's here. Frank, good chatting with you online this morning. And glad to have you here. Dave's here. Let's see who else is here. Larry's here. Jerry. Rich. Rich is back in the States. He's been off to the Philippines for a while visiting family. Jamie, Amnon's here. Amnon, thank you for the tip on the time. Somehow YouTube adjusted my time on my YouTube account to Pacific time. I think that was in honor of some of my California friends, but nevertheless, we got it set back. John, Bill, Dave, Alan, Martin, Paul, Martin S. You got to keep an eye on Martin S. too. He can be a giant among men. Paul, Texas Mike, Rudy. Guest 422 is Martin K. DWAM is Gilliam. SU Fan, Merle, Jens, of course, Chris, Tommy Willis, Giles, Indrick, Martin is here. Dave, looks like that's John. Paul is here. I'm actually going to be on Paul's show on Friday. Y'all need to tune in to the PTZ Optics show. We're going to do a vMix 19 surprise party. Mike L, Jan L, guest 627. There we go. I like 627. Carl is here. Welcome, Carl. Kenny, Jerry, Ovanas. And if I've missed you, I'm sorry. Gee whiz. Did I get Rudy? Did I get you? I think I did. All right. Just looking over. MT Head, gotcha. Jerry, gotcha. All right. I think we're getting there. And let's see if we've got any news from Ken here. What is Ken? Still looks like 0 frames a second. So
perhaps he should try to right-click and press reconnect, or if it's in the browser, I don't know, just refresh, I guess.
Refresh the browser. That's right.
Yeah.
Ah, the wife. I did forget you. I'm sorry. How could I forget you? How long have you and Jan been married? Jamie's asking. I mentioned the meetup in Georgia this spring. Where can I find this info? Jamie, it's we're that close to releasing it. It's going to be June. I think it's 7th through 9th. It's a Thursday through Saturday in Atlanta. Yeah, everybody welcomes the wife. She's feeling left out today. We don't want to do that. Tommy's like they're married. And Jim Jacobs, that's right. He's in the hospital in Anniston. He has not been doing well lately, so I encourage you to keep him in your prayers. Jim is the big burly white-haired guy that does the football and has the trailer with all the good stuff in it. And Kenny got his mouse pad. That's good. Jan said too long. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice. You guys make a beautiful couple. Mike says I need to say allow full screen to be added at the code at the end. I will do that. But we're not going to do it right now. Okay, Ken, I tell you what, we're going to get started, and you join us when you can. Otherwise, we're just going to play off on you like that. Sorry about that. But, you know, that's what happens when you come on an idiot show. I mean, what are you expecting? Okay. All right, so Jens, I'm going to mute you for just a second. I'm going to mute Ken just in case he pops back in. And we'll bring you guys back on the show here in just a second. Yeah, Jim is just under the weather. We're not quite sure what it is at this point. It was something that knocked him down for a while. He was seeing the doctor, and now he's gone into the hospital. So, 15/5/10 is the wedding date. Well, obviously 15 is not the month. So that would be, y'all have to help me out on that one because you European types do that date thing differently. Almost 7 years, says the wife. Okay, thank you. All right. So that would be May 15th. Oh, wow, that's great. My anniversary with Sandy is on May 5th. And they are in Europe. May 15th. Thank you, Amnon. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Byron. All right. Very good. Everybody's helping me out because I am so challenged sometimes. All right. Let's see. We have got to figure out how to start this show. I used to know these things before I went on vacation. And then, you know, Giles just said, oh, I'll take care of it. You don't have to remember anything. And then, you know, I don't remember anything. Oh, by the way, lemonade today. Lemonade. And mixed nuts, of course. Well, let's figure out how to get this show going. And we will do that. So buckle up. Here we go. Let's see if we can make this work. Welcome! I'm Tom Sinclair with Streaming Idiots, and I am so glad that you have tuned in today. I really appreciate it, and I'm honored by the fact that you would cut some time out of your day if you're watching us live, or if you're watching it on YouTube in the middle of the night. I appreciate that too. Just want to thank you all for joining us. Exciting show today because today is, what day is today? March 22nd, 2017. In 2 days, vMix 19 will be officially released. And it will contain a groundbreaking, earth-shattering, CEO panicking particular part called vMix Call that will revolutionize how folks do these kinds of internet talk shows. It will be the game changer that you know, what was it? Was it Lotus 123 was, you know, 50 years ago? Well, maybe not 50, but anyway, you get the idea. Happy birthday to you, Carl. And it's got vMix Call built into it. vMix Call is this wonderful way of bringing a remote video guest in from anywhere in the world, and they come into your production, into your vMix production, as if they were a camera in your studio with audio, with great audio, great video, and a return video and audio that goes back to them with a mix minus automatically figured in. It is amazing. You've got the choice well, there's several different ways to do it. You can use a browser. So if your guest doesn't have vMix, if all they have is a laptop with a webcam, hopefully they have more than that, but if that's all they do, if they have a Chrome browser, pow, they can become an input into your production as if they were a camera in your studio with a microphone. It's amazing. It's amazing. We've got some tutorials on our website about how to use it. We'll be doing some more. And we've got some fancy stuff that we're going to be doing today that's going to look at that. I want to give a shout out to all of the folks that have joined our new Facebook group for Streaming Idiots. The URL's right down there, facebook.com/groups/Streaming Idiots. Before the show today, we had 399 members, so I'm hoping you'll be our 400th member and push us over the top. It's a great group. Folks are posting all the things that they're doing with live streaming, cameras and microphones and mixers and internet connections and all sorts of, narrow niche kinds. I mean, the live streaming world is not a big world yet. It's getting bigger, but it's not a big world yet. And if you want to see what's going on with folks that are doing cutting edge things, come join the Streaming Idiots Facebook page. And that's facebook.com/groups/Streaming Idiots. We'd love to have you join us. And for the most part, we're a pretty friendly group, for the most part, except for Tommy Willis. But anyway, that's a whole show unto itself. Last night, Tuesday night, the guys at vMix, Martin and Tim from Down Under, announced that vMix 19 would be officially released on Friday. But, have I got your attention? But, you can get it today. The released version is available today. Don't tell anybody. If you want to get it, here's how you get it. Do I dare tell this online? I'm getting some nods over here from the live audience. You know we have a live audience here in the studio. The live audience says that if you go to the vMix forum, which is forums.vmix.com, and you click on the general tab there. In fact, let me make sure I'm steering you the right direction. And then under the general tab, you click on, it's general discussion. And then you click on vMix Preview Released. That very first post has a link in it to http://cdn.vmix.com/download/vmix 19preview.exe. Don't type that in. Go to the forum and see it. If you click that, you will get vMix 19.0.0.36, which is the same version. I think, I only have that much doubt. It's the same version that's going to be released on Friday. So you can get it before anybody else. Well, not before me, because I've already got it. But not before a lot of folks watching in the chat room, because they've already got it too. But vMix 19, you can get it now. You say, well, but I don't have vMix. I just stumbled in. I just came to your show quite by accident. It's like walking into the ladies' room by accident, guys. Have you ever done that? Well, if you've walked into the ladies' room by accident, go to vmix.com, download the trial edition. It's a 60-day free trial of the $1,200 package, the top package. You can use it for free for 2 months. No watermarks, no crippling, no nothing. It works great. If you have problems, shoot me an email, tom@easternshorebroadcasting.com. I can help walk you through it. But in there, somebody says it's page not found on the website. So maybe they're hiding it from me. Let's check it right here. Well, it's there for me because I'm downloading it right now. Don't type it in the way I said it. Go to the website and get it. Um, isn't that something? Let's see. I'm gonna copy the link address and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Oh, you're not watching the chat? Come on into the chat. If you're watching us on YouTube directly or watching us on Facebook, come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com, click the Watch Lab tab, and you can get in on the chat the whole bunch. All right, Giles says it is working now. Somebody was just pulling my leg. And I actually accidentally downloaded it right during a broadcast. I shouldn't have done that. But you can get the version that's going to be released. It's so cool. It's so much fun. And you can actually use it as a Skype chat if you just want to chat back and forth with somebody in the world. If you get the free 60-day trial, you can have up to 8. Yeah, that's right. 8 callers at the same time. Now the vMix has got lots of different packages. The top one is called the vMix Pro, which does amazing stuff. It's $1,200 and it'll do 8 callers on vMix Call. The next one down is vMix 4K, which is amazing, $700, and will do 2 callers. Next one down is vMix HD, which is amazing, $350, does 1 caller. Down from that is vMix SD, standard definition, vMix Basic HD, and vMix Basic SD. And they don't do vMix Call. But if you've never used vMix before, you can get the free version for 2 months. I mean, you can get the top version for 2 months and bring up into 8 callers at the same time. U makes 9. It's amazing. Yeah, Tommy's in the chat room right now wanting to borrow some money so he can upgrade. But it'll be a lot of fun. And try it. If you don't like it, you can just take it off your hard drive. But if you like it, you may say, oh, this is as much of a game changer as Tom says it is. So give it a try. Take a look. Also, go onto YouTube and find the vMix page and watch the show from last night. They did a great job showing how they can run their whole vMix production with 4 cameras and all this other stuff on a laptop. So that's worth a look too. Now, Frank sent me a note. We were chatting online today, and he said, Tom, show me how we can share a desktop in vMix Call. I want to see that because it's important to me when I have somebody that's on my show and they want to present something that's on their desktop. How can we do that? And I'm delighted to say that I've got 2 guys that volunteered to help me today with that. I am sad to say that that one of them. Oh, Ken's back. Okay, well let's bring these guys in, and let me turn on their audio here. We've got Ken and Jens. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you. Ken, is that really you?
It is, but I'll connect the desktop in just a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. Ken was. We tried an experiment where he would use his cell phone as the internet connection from inside his office because he was trying to get around a firewall, and it has probably not the best reception. Now, Jens, where are you?
Where I am? I'm from Denmark, so I'm just using our home network. Yeah.
No. You're just in the next room. You're in part of my studio from the next room. I can tell. Okay. All right. Well, so we got these 2 guys on the call. Jens from Europe, where it's what is it? Probably about 10:30, something like that over there.
Oh, it's only 8:20.
8:20. Okay. And then Ken, where are you calling from today?
I'm in Ohio, so I'm in your time zone, I believe.
Okay. So you're Central Time. Okay. All right. And what we wanted to do is each one of these guys is actually set up with 2 vMix calls. And so they've got 2 of the secret passwords from me. One of them was for their headshot, this shot right here, and one of them was for their desktop shot. And so let's see. Jens, we're going to show your desktop first. Take off all those notes to your girlfriend, and let's go ahead and put it back up there. And this is Jens's desktop right there, and he's showing the chat room from today, Actually, that's right there from the website because I can see that it says you can start a chat with me, and I won't be there if you try to do that, by the way. So is there anything, while we've got your desktop up, is there anything in particular you'd like to show us?
It's actually pretty boring right now. I try to keep it as simple as possible, and yeah, not too many programs open right now.
Okay. All right.
But
Can you go full
yeah,
screen with that browser window that you've got up? There we go. Okay. All right.
just like that.
Just like that. And actually, if you scroll up a little more, that's today's show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I just paused it.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely want to pause it because you don't want to eat up all your bandwidth. And so if you're
Yep.
watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, that's what you would see. You would see the chat on the bottom, and the actual video on the top. Frank Thomas wants to know, can the desktop be streamed in full 1080p? I believe it can, Frank. Jens, can you send, well, let's see. Do you have the option to send? Yeah, you have the
Yeah, I
option
do.
to send me.
It
Okay.
says full 1080, 4,000 kilobytes per second.
Okay. Have you got the bandwidth to be
Yeah,
able to send that to me?
yeah, I guess.
All right.
I've just checked it, and so you should actually receive 1080 right now at 4,000.
Okay, let's see. Video in. It hasn't kicked in at this point yet. I'm looking at a wonderful monitor that shows me the resolution and the bit rate and the frame rate and keyframes and packets and all of that. But the video
Perhaps
in,
it's not kicking in because of it's smart and know that there's not a lot of change in the picture, so it doesn't
that could
use
be. Yeah,
unnecessary bandwidth.
right.
Could
Right.
be the case.
Gotcha. Because that's a pretty high quality image that you're sending us right there. Let's take another look at it. And so that is a copy. That's what's on Jens's desktop right now. He's streaming that directly from his desktop. Let's see. Let's take a look at Ken. Have you got something you can show us on your desktop? Do we have a desktop for you?
I tried to reconnect with the code that you gave me, and it said that code's no longer valid.
Oh,
So,
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm just disappointing the audience today.
Yeah, let's see if we can't. Folks, this is kind of hot and heavy. We're right in the middle of it. So we're going to go in, and I'm going to see if we can't generate a new code for Ken right here, and I'm going to send it to him in a. Can you take a Facebook message right now?
Yep,
Oh, actually,
I can.
I can send it to you in a chat message here through the vMix call. So let me add this vMix call, and I'm going to copy that, and we'll go to call manager, and we'll go into the chat. I would show you guys all this stuff, but if I did, you could steal the codes, and we wouldn't want that.
Got it.
All right, Ken, so it starts with 365,
Got it.
and we'll close out the other one. And folks,
I'm
again,
looking at your store. I'm thinking about buying some new gear.
Oh, you are, huh? Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's while we do that, let's go back here while Ken puts his together, and I'll find out where it is and hook it back up. Number 66. Is that going to work, Ken, you think?
Well, let's see here. It says I just logged in, right? chat. Got it.
Yep, call is connected. And again, folks, I wish I could show you all this, but you would steal my codes, and Ken and Jens wouldn't have good stuff. Yeah, it looks like you're still no video yet, just an audio feed on that second channel. And of course, we don't need audio.
Okay.
We'll turn off the audio for that one anyway. And we'll bear with Ken just a second. We'll go back to Jens and see. I love the merge function. That's the merge function where everybody moves all around, and it basically it's a la Fox News, a la CNN, where you can take folks and put them where they belong. I'm sorry. Say again. It's not getting anything here. It's just a black screen. And no video.
I can see.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to the stats and see. Video in is 0. Audio in is 4,800. Video out is 360, what I'm sending you. And audio out is 4,800. So, well, that tells us that you've got to have probably more than a laptop, more than a cell phone internet connection in order to be able to stream essentially 2 calls simultaneously. But we're able to do that pretty easily with what Jens has got going there. And, he's sucking up a little bit. He's putting my website up there, but that's okay.
It worked in the rehearsal.
Yeah, that's right. It did. We had Ken's up there in rehearsal, but somebody else, another 500 people jumped on your cell tower in the meantime. And that's what live is all about. Live is about testing the limits of what really we can reasonably expect on a consistent basis. And let's see, Jens is up to something here. Let's watch what he's doing there.
Yeah, I can try to make a test about the speed, but I'm not sure. I might just choose distant one. Yeah. To see, I'd say something like 80, 90 down. And I bet it's about the same for upload.
That's disgusting. That's not even fair.
Yeah, but that's Europe.
That's Europe.
Oh, it's not so quite high. It's only 20, 30.
Well, you're using some of it already.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're using some of it to send me 2 different feeds. So that's understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But yeah.
Awesome. Well, this despite the fact that Ken, y'all need to know that Ken is working in a candy factory. And so sometimes things gum up the works,
Oh my.
to coin a phrase. And they get a little sticky.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you haven't heard any of that before, I'm sure. Yep.
It's a sweet place to work, though.
A sweet place to work. Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, so vMix 19 will be officially released on Friday. You can get a early preview of it by going to the vMix forum, forums, plural.vmix.com, and pick it up. If you're interested in purchasing it, you can purchase it through us at Streaming Idiots, or at Eastern Shore Broadcasting. Just go there and it will send you a license ASAP. The beautiful thing, a lot of people are asking me today about upgrades. Oh my gosh, vMix 19 is out. How much is it going to cost me to upgrade? Well, if you've purchased your vMix license in the last year, it's not going to cost you anything. You get this neat new feature gratis. It just comes with the upgrade. That assumes that you've got vMix HD, 4K, or Pro, because that's where that feature resides, is in those three editions. But we can help you at easternshorebroadcasting.com. Guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day and your evening. Jens has probably got like 5 girls calling him, and so he's having to give up on those tonight so that he can be online with us. But it's good to see a
That's
young
not
man.
the case, Tom.
I was going to say it's good to see a young man with his priorities in order.
Yeah.
Anyway, it probably wouldn't have been Ken. Ken would have said, "No, Tom, I can't call you. There are too many girls around." Okay, well, all right. So I'm gonna put you guys back into the woodwork where you belong, and I'm gonna bring myself front and center. vMix 19 is so exciting. I almost can't get to the other 2 parts of the show. But the other part of the show is that we are introducing. We haven't announced it officially, so it's sort of a soft announcement, kind of like vMix 19. But we are announcing our own brand of live streaming gear. It's called Live Streaming Gear, and it will be livestreaminggear.com will be coming online soon. It'll be our line of live streaming PCs, which will go from laptops to desktops to portables to you name it, rack mounts, and these will either be customized for you, or something that we've already built. If you want us to change it a little bit, we can do that before we send it to you. Of course, they will be equipped with vMix, but if you already own a vMix license, then we can put your license on there, and you'll save a few bucks. So livestreaminggear.com is not online yet. There may be some junk there, but if you need something today, come to easternshorebroadcasting.com. It is there, and you can either make a purchase or you can call me and we can discuss specifically what you need. The other thing about live streaming gear is that we are building some PCs for NAB that will be used by vMix at the vMix booth at NAB. I couldn't be more excited about it. They're in 1,000 pieces right now, and we're putting them all together. And it's so much fun. It is so much fun. And so we are just going to have a ball putting that together and making it work for the guys at vMix at NAB. The other thing is that the vMix guys have decided that they needed a celebrity at NAB this year. They needed a name brand to come in and work with them in their booth and draw huge crowds to the booth so that they could be even more popular than they already were. And the person that they asked to do that wasn't able to come, so they asked me. So I was probably the 10th choice down the list. They kept going down the list of celebrities until they got to somebody that's right, was out of the picture. And they said, okay, Tom, we're forced to ask you, come on over to NAB with us. So I'm going to be there at NAB the whole week. I can't wait. I'm so excited. NAB is the last week in April. It's in Las Vegas. It's a giant trade show and convention. The National Association of Broadcasters is what NAB stands for. The PTZ Optics guys will be there with cool PTZ Optics cameras. The Magewell folks will be there with Magewell cards. The X Keys folks will be there with X Keys, and if they don't have a booth, of course, their X Keys will be at the vMix booth and probably others. And the live streaming gear will be there at the vMix booth. So we're really excited about that. We're trying to get an evening gathering of vMix folks. So if you're going to be there on a particular day or a particular evening only, shoot me an email, Tom at easternshorebroadcasting.com. Let me know when that is so we can try to get a time and a day that will include as many folks as possible. We're shooting for like Tuesday or Wednesday. Monday is opening day, Thursday is closing day, and so we're thinking Tuesday or Wednesday would be good. And just a chance, nothing fancy, just a chance to hang out and have some lemonade, and maybe we'll have some mixed nuts on the side. So if you're going to be at NAB and you want to hang out with some vMix folks, I'll make sure that that information is out there on Facebook and Twitter and on our website. But if you've got a particular need, we'll try to meet it as much as we possibly can. And I see, Scott's going to be there, and who else was I talking to the other day that was going to be there? I know Gerald was going to be there. I know Don was going to be there. I know Charlie's going to be there. I think Rich was going to come over. I know Dave was trying to come over for a day. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you would like a pass to the show, it's $150. But if you'd like a pass, send me an email and I'll send you a pass. Don't tell anybody. And Dave's going to be there Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, well, it sounds like a party. Sounds like a party. It's going to be great time. Now, here's the thing. We have to be, those folks that are vMix kind of people, vMixers or whatever we're going to call ourselves, we have to be gracious for all those folks that just spent $3,000 or $4,000 on a QuickLink TX or a New Tech Talk Show, MS100 or whatever it is, and they spent a bunch of money on a box that does what vMix 19 does as part of the package. You have to be nice to them. You can't tease them. That's not going to be allowed. We can't tease them. We can't make fun of them for not making a good decision and not waiting just a minute longer. But we do have to tell them about vMix 19 and how great and how cool it is, because it's going to revolutionize the internet talk show business. There's no doubt about that. So remember to be gentle, to be kind, but also to say, vMix 19's got it. The guys at vMix know what they're doing, and that's the kind of folks you want to be attached to, not just for today, but for the long term. Well, a big shout out to Ken and Jens for coming on the show and helping us today. If you guys want to hang around for a few minutes, we'll maybe we can take some questions in the chat room in the post show. If you're watching us on YouTube live, or if you're watching us on Facebook live, come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and join us for the post show, because we'll have the chat room going back and forth in that. If you are going to be in Las Vegas for NAB in April, we'd love to see you. Come on over to the vMix booth. We're not going to be hard to find. There are going to be directions to vMix all over the place. It's going to be lovely. Mark your calendars for, I don't have my date on my whiteboard, but I think it's June 7th through 9th. We'll have more information soon about the StreamCon, the vMix meetup in Atlanta at StreamCon. It's streamcon.net. There'll be some more information getting there. Streamcon.net will be a first time for that one out of the box, but it's going to be a lot of fun and a great opportunity to network and to learn some new things about live streaming. So it's going to be a pretty busy spring. And Guido's just getting in. Guido, we're about ready to end the show. I am so sorry. But I tell you what, it's on. YouTube has got that thing where you can DVR and pull it all the way back to the beginning and watch it all over again. Of course, you'd miss the post show if you did that, but you could still watch it later. Folks, it's been a treat to come with you today. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube after the fact, we hope you'll subscribe. Doggone it, we're almost up to 3,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. It's been a real honor to bring these shows to you. And of course, we hit the 500,000 mark a couple of shows ago. So again, thank you for that. We're delighted to have you guys tune in and hopefully think, our watch time is good on YouTube. And that tells me that what we're doing is stuff that you want to know about. So that's really cool. What else? Did I forget something? Did I forget something? I don't think I did. Oh, tune in Friday to the PTZ Optics show, where we'll be talking some more about vMix 19 and hanging out with that character, Paul Richards. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Streaming Idiots. That's on the 29th, and our guest is unannounced at this point, which means I don't have one. So if you're interested in being a guest, holler at me. We'll see if we can get you on. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Be good. And we are out. We are out. And I got Ken here, and I got Jens here. Ken, are you still here?
I think his picture have been static for the last couple of minutes, so I guess.
Ah, okay. Well, we've lost Ken. But Jens, thank you so much for coming on and helping out. It was a pleasure. And all this was thrown together literally I mean, how long did it take us to put this together? 5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you know, and think how good it would have been if we could have spending more time with it. Yeah, Ken is definitely winning the mannequin contest. There is no doubt about that. He has got this thing cracked. All right, let's see. Any questions in the chat room for us? Those guys are talking about all sorts of stuff. You know, you could almost not have a show and just let them talk, because they would do that. All right, Kent says, is there any trick with streaming outdoors with a PC? Is there a battery pack or something that will let us run a PC outdoors without an outlet? Well, Ken, Martin S. is the one you want to talk to about that, because that's all he does. I know Martin has used batteries. I know he's used a generator. And at one point, I think he used his battery backup for his computer system to run it. There was enough juice in that battery to run it. The other trick to Ken is to get a power inverter for your car and plug that in, and then just run an extension cord out to what you're doing. So you can do all that. All right, Frank says, Tom, thank you for putting this together. It amazes me it only took you 5 minutes to put this together. Mix minus is a true pain in the butt. Not anymore. I didn't do a thing with Mix minus. Jens, did you do anything fancy with your audio to make this work?
Not at all. I just opened my browser, so joined the call, and the same almost in vMix. Just set up the desktop capture and joined the call, and that's pretty much it.
And you were setting up 2 calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No advanced setup at all. It's just plug and play.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right. Guido's replying to Kent and saying, isn't that called a laptop? Chris says, live streaming gear, is that international or just us? Sure, it can be international. You want international? We'll do international. We can do USA, we can do UK, we can do RU, we can do Canada, Mexico, Central South America. I mean, there's some places where I think we're not allowed to ship because of technology. And there are other places. I had somebody contact me from Nigeria, which we have a lot of folks from Nigeria that watch this show after the fact on YouTube, a lot of churches over there. And the only thing shipping there is that we have to ship to an agent here in the U.S., and then they'll take care of shipping over there. So if you live in a country that you think the U.S. may not have good relationships with, if you've got a USA representative, we can work with your USA representative and work out the details of getting it to you. Let's see, what else? Martin S. is replying to Kent, and he said, Kent, the best way for me is a generator. It really depends on your power consumption. Martin, that's great, because Martin's running a camera, at least one camera, at least one microphone, and his laptop, and then of course he's listening to audio, and he's on the show. He's on the call for a couple of hours sometimes. Um, but Kent, the thing is, really, is batteries with long life. If you're gonna be completely unattached to anything, a camera with a good battery, a microphone that is either plug it into your laptop or has a good battery, and then a laptop with a good battery. There you go. And we want to thank Frank Thomas for asking for the demonstration today of the screen sharing capability. And it was nothing. I mean, Jens, how difficult was it to set up a screen share like that?
Yeah, no more than just adding a desktop capture and joining the call. That was just it.
Yeah,
2 steps actually.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And you and
making
you
sure that you are sending the right output. Yeah,
right. And you used vMix. What version of vMix do you have? What edition?
it's called 190033.
33. Okay, so you've got one
Yeah,
upgrade you can make. And what have you got? HD or 4K?
I actually got the pro version.
You have Pro version.
Uh,
Okay, but we could do what
yeah,
we did
actually.
today with the HD version because even though you made two
Yeah.
calls, only one of those was through vMix, right?
Yeah, so I could have a HD, yeah, but you need to have 4K, right? Or something
I,
like
I
that.
I would have to have 4K to take two callers. Yeah, and I'm using the Pro, so that gives me 8 callers.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You need
So
both the headshot and the desktop capture.
right, and so
Yeah,
for
that's
today's
right.
purposes, it was four calls. That's right. All right, now Kent and Martin are getting into it in the chat room there. Okay, Jamie's asking a question. Tom, have you used vMix Call with Skype at the same time for multiple callers? I'm interested in vMix 4K with two callers and one Skype. Jamie, you need to talk to John because Jan L did that Monday at the This and That show, TNT. Giles and Jan and Martin and Merle's show that they do on Mondays at 3 o'clock Eastern. They had, in fact, I joined the call. I joined the call through Zoom, and they had three or four guys in vMix Call, and then and maybe two of us in Zoom, and they got everybody hooked up together. All the mix minuses worked out. I think you got to understand that when you merge old technology like Skype with new technology like vMix, that you're going to suffer some growing pains. But if you use just vMix, it's all going to be automatic, and it's going to be wonderful. One of the things that hasn't been talked about much about vMix 19 is the audio portion, not just the mix minus portion, which is important, of course, but the full duplex. And full duplex means that I'm sending my audio to Jens, and Jens is simultaneously sending a second channel of audio back to me so that we can both talk at the same time. And unlike Skype or Zoom, it doesn't do ducking. Ducking, D-U-C-K-I-N-G, is what's called when my audio overrides and wipes out Jens's audio, so you only hear one audio source. That's called ducking. And you need full duplex in order to avoid ducking. And so that's huge. And folks that do a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of Skype calls with guests will really appreciate the fact that you don't have to set up any kind of special separate Skype channel or anything like that in order to avoid ducking. It's all built in to vMix. Full duplex, no ducking, audio, mix minus. It's wonderful, wonderful. All right, so Jan is going to show us how he did that at some point. Tommy said, would it not be easier to get the Pro version of vMix instead of a TX machine? Tommy, you are right. You are right. Jamie said it would be great if vMix offered a 3 vMix caller on 4K. Please, he said. You know, that same question was asked last night on the vMix Fun Time live show. And Martin Sinclair, I, I think he used to be a little apologetic about it, but now he's heard the question so many times that he doesn't feel so bad in being honest. And the honest answer is vMix is underpriced grossly right now. It should be selling for twice what it's selling for. And, you know, I was talking with somebody the other day about vMix Basic HD, which is $60 US, $60 US. Now, Jens, what is $60 in euros these days? About 50 euros?
About, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So for 50 euros, I mean, if you and your friends went out to dinner and there were 5 of you, would you spend 50 euros on dinner?
I think for one dish, about, yeah, just under 50.
Just
something
under
like that.
50. So you could take 4 of your friends to dinner for the price of vMix HD. I mean, that's
Or just
incredible.
above. Perhaps.
Yeah. All right. So 5 friends plus yourself. There you go. And a good tip
Yeah.
for the waitress. Yeah. So as Paul is saying, Ken looks bored. Bless his heart. You know, we are boring him to death. But vMix is so underpriced for the features that it has right now. I think we will never see vMix change their offering. Now we may see them add, you know, vMix 20 may come out and may have some really killer feature that dips down below vMix HD, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it. vMix HD is going to, I think, is going to kind of be the base platform in vMix for the new features that are rolling out. If you want basic features, that's why you get the basic HD. If you want more advanced features, you get HD, 4K, Pro version, and on up. And Jan says that $60 US is 55.5 euros right now. So that's good. So, yeah, Ken is glaring at me. I'll look back at him. No. All right. Yes, Tommy is right. I did ask last night to have 16 callers in a Pro Plus version. And that would be an industrial version. Yeah, you could do that. You probably would have to run that on a PC all by itself. But to get 16 callers in, or 8 callers, each one sharing their desktop, or, you know, 9 callers with 7 people sharing a desktop. I mean, it would be way over the top, way over the top. But Jens, here's something I think that people are going to discover is that vMix Call can become a remote switcher. So if I have a camera in my phone and I can dial up Chrome in my phone and I can take video with my phone and that becomes a vMix Call, I can send it back to headquarters. And I've got 8 of these. Now I've got an 8 camera remote production where I don't have to be on site. I can take this
Yeah,
camera. Right?
actually, I'm really thinking about taking use of that. Next weekend, I'm in the other end of Denmark.
Oh, and we just lost him. He didn't put a nickel in the internet meter. Well, we'll have to get him back. Let's see if we can look on the call and see what happened to him. Yeah. He's in the red. He's in the red. He was just going to tell us this great secret. And the powers to be just cut him off and said, "No, you can't tell that secret on the internet." Oh. John L. says $60 US is the same as 7 pizzas. 7 pizzas. Thomas said vMix should sell add-on features, like you could get the vMix version, but add a vMix call. Thomas, it will never happen. It will never happen. Part of the problem with that is the tech support for that just becomes enormous to have add-ins like that. And I think from a support standpoint, you'd have to have this version that matched up with this version of the add-on, and it would be a nightmare. I think for the sake of simplicity, if you can say it's simplicity in the world of live streaming, for the sake of some simplicity, it'll be vMix HD with its features, vMix 4K with its feature set, vMix Pro with its feature set. I would love to see that. And if we get Jens back, we'll get his secret here in just a second. But Russell, I think you're right. To use vMix Call as a camera would be really great. And what happens too when you use vMix Call and go through vmixcall.com, that is, you're using a browser like Chrome or Firefox, it will stay on your same local area network. I mean, it establishes the call over the internet, but then it switches to your local area network. So if you're on the same local area network, and your local area network has enough bandwidth, of course, then you could handle it as if it were a wireless connection. That's going to be fun to play with. I can't wait to have a chance to do that. Let's see. Giles says, when Tom touches anyone, they turn to concrete. Okay, Giles, the check is no longer in the mail. Okay, let's see what some of those other questions were. Giles says, I think 16 calls would not be a major version of a major burden, not if our 8-caller experiences are true. I agree with that. I would love to see that work. Tom is blaming the Russians for our problems here. Kenny says, is vMix Call working on an iOS phone? No. And the reason is that even though you've got Chrome and Firefox available on iOS, it doesn't use Chrome or Firefox. It does use an iOS kind of a base to that does not implement WebRTC. And that's the key. And as soon as Apple comes around and implements WebRTC, then that'll be good. And it looks like we've got Jens back on the call. What happened? Did they block you because you were about to tell us your secret?
Yeah, I think my laptop has some problems with the desktop capture. So yeah, blue screen. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think I have integrated graphics and also NVIDIA. So I think there's some problems. Yeah.
Okay.
On how they all interact, and yeah.
So you were about to tell us about this thing you've got coming up. Tell me.
Yeah, just next weekend I'm doing some sport event, streaming a sport event the whole weekend, and the case is that we want a reporter out in the field talking to people, and vMix Call, yeah. It's just the reporter with the telephone in the hand, the cell phone in the hand, and booted up with the browser vMix Call, and yeah, hopefully it will just work. That's what I hope. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, be sure and let us know when you do that. I'd love to watch it either live or after the fact. And you'll learn a bunch of stuff in the process too. What will you use for a microphone? Will you use the microphone built into the phone, or will you have a separate?
I can just show you what I expect to do.
Yes, you can.
Oh, shit. I bought this smart rig, I guess it's called. Yeah, and it takes in XLR and splits it out to just a mini jack, so you can plug it into your smartphone, and on the other end have a microphone, and yeah, it should just work out of the box.
I love it.
So that's my plan.
He says it should just work.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, that's cool. And so you can use any mic that's XLR. What will it work on a mic that requires phantom power, or will it have to not be phantom power? Does
We
the
can.
box have a battery in it?
It does. It says 48 volts.
Okay.
I guess that's phantom power, right?
Yep. All right.
I'll try to up there. I don't know. That's no. I can't focus on
Yeah,
it. Right
you got it.
there.
You got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Awesome.
Harmonic Smart Wig.
Awesome.
I haven't had time to test it fully, but it should just work.
So was that 55.5 euros?
I think it's actually about that price level.
7 pizzas. Okay, I got it.
So was that 55?
Oh, Ken's back.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, hi there.
Well, hi there.
I couldn't just leave that. I couldn't just leave that pose up there for the rest of the afternoon.
Okay. Well, good. Well, we're glad you're feeling better.
I connected long enough to say goodbye, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, Jens was just describing this awesome way he's going to do. And I have people ask me this all the time. Tom, how can we do a remote camera for an interview with a player or a coach before the game, after the game, halftime, whatever it is? We want to get some crowd. We want to interview somebody in the crowd. What's an easy way to do that? And how much easier can it be than using your phone and a thing that would cost 7 pizzas to buy that you could plug your microphone into? I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw his gadget. That's pretty impressive.
It's and if it's not absolutely perfect, it's better than nothing at all. And as time moves on, we'll figure out ways to perfect it and make it work 100% of the time. But if it just works 80% of the time, golly, I wish I were back in the sports streaming business, because I could take this idea right here that Jens has just shared, and I could make $5,000 off of it in a season, because I could get a sponsor to sponsor it, and every time we're on it, it's this is the Goodyear halftime report coming to you from the field, and we're going to interview the coach. Boom, there it is, and golly,
it's bi-directional. I mean, NDI is only one way, so you can't really use NDI. So with vMix Call, it's completely bi-directional, and you can go back and forth as much as you want.
You could. You absolutely could. Jens, do you know when you plug that mic in, does it disable the speaker on the telephone?
I think it does, actually. I might just try to test this right now, actually.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Well, I'll send you a pass. Or you can use the passcode from your desktop share if you want to.
Please send me another one.
Send you another one. Okay. All right. Oh, this is so much fun. I can't wait. Oh, this is no. Oh. Everybody wishes they were us right now. Okay, let's see. Getting ready, and there is a new passcode for Jens. I'm sharing this passcode, by the way, in the vMix Call manager, which has its own little kind of internal chat. And so I just sent Jens a password, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, because he's going to take it, and I guess you're going to have to type it into your phone.
1, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You can see it too, can't you? That's not fair. Kids out there.
Right.
Let's see. It was 156.
I actually tried to use Firefox Beta. I heard that should be the one working.
What kind of phone is it?
Nexus 5X, it's called.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
I got
double audio now, so
Oh,
it's kind of confusing.
Well, that's all right. We can knock out your other audio.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
No, I already did.
Uh,
You're good. Uh-oh, we lost your phone
Oh.
though. Oh, there
Oh,
it is.
sorry, it's just because of.
Okay. Now, what happens if you turn horizontally? Will it shift the picture? Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh yeah. And you can hear my microphone here.
yeah, can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Alright.
turned you off on the other one, so this is all you got.
That's cool. I got my
So that gadget,
Well-
you can plug your headphones and a microphone into at the same time. Is that right?
That's right.
I'm not sure about speakers because it's plugged
Oh, I see. Yeah.
into the phone.
Oh, so it only does a microphone connection.
Yeah. I bet if you find alternative where the splitting is done in another way, then it should work.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, in my case, it's only the microphone.
Okay, Ken,
No,
Dave
but-
says in the chat that this adapter on Amazon's going for $30. Wow. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
I'll bet there's an adapter that has headphones and a microphone
And
connection somewhere.
that's exactly what Dave just says. It has a headphone jack also. Now, Jens,
Yep,
does
there's-
yours have a headphone jack?
You can I can try to pull it closer, but it's just a very simple adapter from. Yeah, I guess it's. Yeah, it's try to pull it. Yeah, so this is the one end, and yeah, I guess it's something called TRRS or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dip,
So
ring, and
splitting,
sleeve.
Yeah. So this end both got speaker and microphone, and this one only has microphone. I guess.
Okay. All right. All right. This is fun. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is good stuff. Good
But I'm
stuff.
not sure. Have you tried only to pick up the audio from my cell phone call?
That's all we're hearing right now is your audio from your cell phone call. I turned off your regular microphone on your vMix call.
Oh, really?
Yep. Sounds pretty darn good, actually.
It's like a speakerphone in that case, right?
Right. Yeah. Jens, what Dave is saying is that there should be a headphone jack in the in the little box part where you plug in the XLR.
Yeah, that's right. It's right there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How about that? How about that?
Also a little icon. But I guess
I
that's if you
If
only
you only
want to monitor, the audio.
the audio.
But I'm not sure.
Sorry about that. I accidentally turned on your other audio. All right. All right. Oh, my goodness. And not bad video either. Now, can you
No,
make
especially
it?
if you're in a outdoors or in a gymnasium or something. I bet it would look really good.
Yeah, and let's see what kind of frame rate we're getting on that. He's sending us 360 video at anything between 1500 and 2000K. And let's see how we're doing every other part of it. Video in is 360. Yeah. We're not losing any frames. Oh, this is cool. And the frame rate, let's see, find the frame rate
yeah.
here. Yeah,
I think
frame rate's about 15 to 18 frames a second.
I think I'm doing something wrong Because because I think I don't need the adapter that I've plugged in. The small one. Someone has pointing that out.
Okay, well you've got some fun times ahead of you. Philip says there are two versions of the adapter. One is with TRRS for smartphones, and one is with TRS for digital cameras. And so you just have to, depends on what your phone is. You may not need that little pigtail.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pigtail would be for a camera, which would just use...
So now it's direct.
Are your headphones plugged into that box as well?
Not yet, but I could try to test it. But my initial thought was that the speaker there was the microphone monitoring, like a second monitoring. But yeah, I could try it.
Yeah, it might just be monitoring your microphone and not monitoring the whole call. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I think, but I can give it a try. I just need to find a headset.
There's one way to find it.
If I'll try to flip the camera so it's not the front but the back camera.
All right.
I think that would be more handy.
I think you can do that with Firefox. I don't think you can do that with Chrome.
But do I have to refresh the page or what?
Never done it. The wife says she can imagine one of us in the chat trying to assemble a piece of furniture from IKEA and the rest of us sitting around shouting, do this, do that. Matt said the low frame rate is due to the low light. That could be a possibility. And as Ken is saying, an outside, there he's got it switched around.
Well, just a sec.
We're not going anywhere. We're fascinated. And by the way, folks, if you just joined us, this is the post show of Streaming Idiots. And if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you can come over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and pick up on the chat room too, which is where a lot of people are shouting suggestions, as the case may be. Tommy Willis says we would have to have an R rating due to the cussing. But Jens has only cussed once. I was pretty impressed. Byron says the quality on YouTube is bad. I'm sorry about that. Is that the video quality or the audio quality or both?
I think it's working as it should. I hear you in the... Yeah.
Okay, you hear us right now.
Yeah.
I could see him start grinning.
Ha ha ha.
I could see you start grinning, so I knew something good was happening.
Yeah.
How about that?
So yeah, this device, Saramonic Smart Rig, is acting as both microphone for the cell phone and also providing speaker output, so I'm able to monitor what's coming out of the telephone, and as here the vMix call output from you.
That's incredible. So you can be live in the field from wherever you want to be.
And you
Yeah.
could hear everybody back in the booth, and yeah, if you could share the headphones with the coach, he could hear questions from the booth. I love it.
Yeah.
Jens, you're a genius.
I actually bought this device not for cell phone use, but just to provide phantom power. Yeah, to like a normal PC, just instead of buying a mixer, a traditional mixer.
Sure. Sure. Good idea. Good dual purposing. That saved you at least.
Guys,
a
I
piece
have-
of-
I have to be going.
Okay.
Sorry for the problems earlier, Tom.
No
I guess
problem. I get
we
stared
know
down
what
all
some
the time.
limitations- So
Well, that was a lot of fun.
next
A
time
lot
we'll
of fun.
test with a better connection.
All right,
I can,
then.
I can post the name Sarah Monic Smart Rig. It's called.
Ken, we'll cut you loose then. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
All right. Good deal.
See ya.
Ken has been broadcasting football, American football, for the longest time. I think you can even Google his name and come up with some of the, I don't remember the name of the school. It's a Division III school here in the U.S. All right, Amnon says your player does not allow a full screen. And it displays in 360p. Amnon, if you're looking at YouTube, then you can change that down at the bottom in the little gear icon. You should be able to change it to 480 or 720. We're sending 720 to YouTube, and we're also sending 720 to Facebook. All right, so there you go. The 515.
Is it okay if I shut down my cell phone and just use my laptop?
Sure. Sure.
Good.
Sure. Yeah. Great example of how to use that, though, Jens. Thank you so much. Guest 515, what we're talking about is a device that plugs into a cell phone that has a little box that allows you to plug in an XLR microphone into the little box and plug in a set of earbuds or headphones so that you could use this, in a sports production to take it down on the field after the game and take video and interview a coach and say, okay, coach, here we are on camera and we're talking about the first half and why did your guy drop the ball? And shove the microphone in his face and put the camera up there so he can see, so he can be seen. And it's as simple as a cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone. And Jens's device costs 7 pizzas, or probably less than that. So you don't need a few pizzas. You pick up one of these things, and you get a great microphone like the Audio-Technica ATR 2100 that's XLR or USB. You plug it in, turn it on, and away you go. It's amazing. This stuff was not available. It was unaffordable or not even available maybe 5 years ago. And 515, if you'll scroll back in the chat, you can see some people have placed some links to it where you can get it on Amazon. There you go. And Tommy's going to send you one for $69.95. Oh golly, you guys just tear me up. That is too funny. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. All right, there you go. Matt B placed the link in there again. So this is something cool, something good to look at. Jens, thank you for sharing it with us, man. People all over the world are going to be taking advantage of this because of you. Let me turn your mic back on because I think I had just your cell phone mic on before. There we go. All right. All good. All good. Well, we need to wrap up this show. Jens has got some girls waiting to call him, and Ken had to go back to work, and I got some computers to build for vMix and NAB, so it's a good day all the way around. But Jens, thank you so much for taking time out and helping us today and showing off this cool stuff. I mean, this is a bonus. We didn't even plan this. This is amazing. I really do.
It's been
appreciate
fun.
it. Yeah, well, you're
A lot
very
of fun.
kind. You're very kind to play with all these old guys because I bet the average age of this show is probably 30, 32, something like that. I mean, it's a bunch of old guys. Really, really old. Really, really old. At least Mike Phillips is not on here. He'd be the old guy. Anyway. All right, so we're going to call it quits on this one. Jens, sayonara. Ken, sayonara. Folks in the chat, sayonara. So glad to have you on today. We'll get the show portion of this show up to YouTube later, but the real gold is in the after show, as you can tell with Jens and Ken. So a lot of fun, and everybody that's tuning in either in Facebook or YouTube or on the website, like us on YouTube or follow us on subscribe on YouTube. That's what it is. Subscribe on YouTube. Come over to the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/streaming idiots, and join so you can stay in touch with all this cool stuff that's coming out. It's great. Tommy Willis wants one of my used computers after NAB. Tommy, that's no problem. No problem. Just bring a check. Or cash. Cash is good too. Cash is good too. Alex Free says, could you post the post show? Alex, the post show is being recorded by YouTube as we speak and will be immediately available as soon as we cut this connection. And so what you'll find as you go to our YouTube page for Streaming Idiots, or actually for Eastern Shore Broadcasting, is that there'll be 2 videos for the same day. One of them will be 30 minutes long, and that's the show. The other one will be 2 hours long, and that's the pre-show, the show, and the post-show all together. The advantage to the show part is that it's in 1080p. So a lot of folks like to watch it in a higher resolution so they can see whatever the text is or small piece parts, that kind of stuff. So great question, Alex. I appreciate that. All right, Jens, we're really going to call it quits now, and I will see you later. Thank you so much. You're a real champ, and we'll catch you later. So, boom, Jens is gone. That's it. We just hung up on him right there. We're going to hang up on Ken. Boom, Ken is gone. They are just out of here, and the only ones left is me, and I'm fixing to be gone too. Thank you so much. I'm going to let this run out for just a second because if you had any buffering, if I cut the feed right now, it's going to cut you before it gets to the end. So we'll let it run out with something, and we'll catch you guys again on the flip side. Have great weeks and great weekend. Don't forget to pick up vMix 19 on Friday when it's released. If you want to buy it, come over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and buy it. You can buy it there, and we'll get a license out to you. And thank you. We'll catch you later.